Hi guys, I got a comment from one of our viewers that explained her situation to me and had a few questions, and I wanted to make a video just for her. And these are very good questions, so they're going to apply to a lot of different people. She shared that has actually needed her teeth extracted for about 2 years, but that she's been very insecure about the process and is anxious. First and foremost, the best thing I can tell you is that once you do it, you will be so thankful it's over. You will be literally elated that those teeth that were bothering you, that looked horrible, that were holding you back in your life, that you've got them out and you're prepared to now move into your denture and having a pretty smile, a better outlook on life, the ability to interact with people without holding back your emotions. I mean, the bottom line is, if someone tells you're joking, you want to laugh at it, but you're trying to do this, your mind is subconsciously thinking about being rejected by that person. Oh, what if they see my teeth? But that's so funny. That you're really psychologically holding back your joy. And you know what? Life has enough trials and troubles as it is than to let something like bad teeth hold you back. So my recommendation, stop being insecure. Go do it. Don't even think twice. Now, she also shared that she's worried about looking older. She goes, I'm not really vain, but I don't want to look like I'm 70. And I'm a little worried about my external family, not the real close family, but, just the rest of her family finding out what they might think. About looking older, a lot of people do look older without their teeth in. They get a little sunken feeling right in here. And I think Krissy's video, see, I did mention you, talks about that. That a lot of people say, don't even look at yourself without your dentures because it'll freak you out. Krissy says, do look at your dentures. Do look at yourself without your dentures. Let yourself know how you look like without them. And I'm going to agree with her, because if you have issues with how you look without them, that's going to be a motivating factor for you to accept your new teeth and be more open-minded to some of the trials that you're going to be experiencing the first few weeks. And yeah. She also goes on to explain, though, how she completely forgot, and before she knew it, she was out in front of her partner. And he was like, yeah, I know, no big deal. And so, okay, it's all done, it's out of the way, who cares? And that's really what it comes down to. You care about it now. Give it a month or so, you probably won't care so much what your extended family think, because you're going to be happier, you're going to be smiling, and if anything, they're going to be glad because they're going to see you as the happy person that you deserve to be. And again, I mean that with all my heart. She asked, how do dentures feel in the mouth? Well, I only have an upper denture. I don't have a lower. I still have, most of my lower teeth. And the goal is to hopefully keep them as long as I can. So I can't speak to the lower denture. I think you may find some answers to that on other videos. The first day, the first couple of days maybe, you do feel like there's this, I call it a plastic poker chip. The roof of the denture in your mouth feels foreign. It feels like you've taken some piece of plastic and glued it up to the roof of your mouth, and it's in your way. And you're just holding on to it for hours and hours and hours. I mean, it's just there. And you kind of feel like, gosh, I wish they'd go away. I wish I could get rid of that. And I've seen a few videos where they say, or I think even Kristi said this, she goes, I got to the point where I just wanted to take them out. I'm just tired of them. And, everyone's going to handle that a little bit differently. But I think every one of them will also tell you is that the longer you wear them over time, you don't even think about them being there anymore. Now, I'm on day 11 now, and it feels like I have more room up there than I did on the first day. Some of that may be the little bit of swelling that was there, but I'm already beginning to acclimate. The tongue is like, well, okay, it's not so much of a plastic feel. There is a smooth plastic coating kind of feel on the roof of your mouth, and it does make things feel a little bit different. But the teeth themselves, to me, it feels like my teeth are there with this plastic in between them. But it's really not that. The plastic feeling is already going away. As far as the rest of my mouth, the way they feel against my tongue, they feel like my teeth. I'm missing half the sensation because I feel it against my tongue, but I don't feel my tongue against my teeth. You know, because you normally could feel things. But really, I mean, it's nothing, absolutely nothing compared to how I felt before I had them. I mean, I'm just so glad to have them. So glad. And along that lines, Matt just did a video. He's razor blade, some numbers. But he just did one that, you know, dude, shout out to you. Awesome job. Thank you for sharing. Always knew you was a great guy, and that just proves it. So, thank you. I know that it's not easy to talk about stuff like that sometimes. But watch his video because he explains exactly what I think you are dealing with in your mind about, oh my God, you know, what if I get this done? I can't go back, and will I really enjoy them, and will I be happy that I made that decision? Watch his video. I can guarantee you're going to feel the same way. You will be so glad. If you're talking about dealing with those teeth for 2 years, needing them out, you're going to be so elated, so glad that you did this. There's just no doubt in my mind. Absolutely. She also asked about kissing. Well, there's a couple videos out there. Krissy did one about kissing and other stuff, very tastefully, and Matt is going to do one very soon on that very subject with his girlfriend. So definitely watch out for those. As for myself, I can't tell you. I haven't had the opportunity to try that out just yet. Personally, I don't really think it's going to be a big deal, especially once it's fit well. You know, after a month or so, and it's fitting really well. I don't think there's going to be an issue at all. I'm not a real big deep kisser anyway, so I'm a very I'm a tongue combatant. I just, tease a little bit. So I don't think I'm going to have much issue with it. Will they be able to tell? From what I've read a lot of online forums and a couple of the videos that I've seen on here. A lot of them can't tell at all. They have no idea that, it feels the same to them. So I think for the most part, it's not going to be an issue. Again, all of this is in your mind. It's all in there trying to just, keep you from doing this because it is something you can't go back from. But I don't think it's going to be an issue for you. I really don't. But watch the video of Krissy's and the one Matt's coming out with. They should answer your question directly. All right, sorry if there's an abrupt change. Battery died. But the last question was, how does food feel against the teeth? Well, I've got a little ways to go to be able to give you a complete answer to that because I've tried a variety of foods. I'm just now getting to the crunchier things like potato chips and some sandwich stuff and what have you. The fact that you've got that palate cover, the denture covering the palate, you kind of feel like you don't have as much control manipulating the food, and I don't know really why that is. I do notice, sometimes food will kind of stick to the roof of your mouth a little bit, and it'll take a little brush of the tongue to move it along. But as far as manipulating the food and getting it over on one side and chewing and what have you, I'm not having any issue whatsoever. In fact, today I was like, I'm going to try and not pay as much attention to eating. And I started shoveling the food in like I normally do. Not these little bites. I was just, in I go, and off it went. And I didn't have any problems at all. I think in other videos you'll see where people talk about that you have to be careful with the temperatures. And that is true. You don't have any sensation in your teeth, so you can put stuff in your mouth that initially doesn't feel really hot. Your tongue's already been burned so many times over the years that it's a little desensitized. Without the roof of your mouth to tell you what's going on, you can start getting some stuff in there like, whoa, that's pretty hot. So some people use their lips and what have you. Just I think it's just something you'll get used to over time. But when you're eating and you're chewing, you can tell that it's different because you don't feel the pressure in the teeth anymore. Before you could kind of feel it in, on and around the teeth. Now your mind kind of visualizes that this is what's happening, and you know that they're hitting correctly, and it's really not that big a deal, at least not for me. So I try to answer all these questions as best I could, but across the board, if you have teeth that are really in bad shape and you've been needing this done for 2 years, I can almost guarantee you in 1 month after having this done, you're going to be dancing. This is the greatest thing I've ever done. Thank God I did it. You probably won't care what your extended family think anymore. If they even notice, they may just think, wow, well, your teeth look really pretty. You don't have to say you have dentures. You can say, well, I had to get a lot of dental work done. And believe me, getting dentures is about as much work as you can get done. So, don't be ashamed of that, because it's a matter of costs and benefits. Right now, you are paying such a huge price for those bad teeth. Your health, I'm sure you have health issues. Everyone has health issues. You're dealing with having troubles eating, with pain. And then from my perspective, the psychological aspects is as, if not more important, because you're holding back your joy. You're not expressing yourself the way you want to. You are being perceived by the people around you as less happy and less outgoing. And you know what? We don't need that. We don't need that. So that is what you're paying. You're giving up all of that for this. Now when you flip it over, now I'm happier. I have a beautiful smile. The people around me think that I'm positive, outgoing, and I can laugh and enter in all sorts of social situations that I would normally excuse me, that I normally might have avoided before. And the cost of that is, well, my teeth don't feel like they used to. I have to deal with the trouble of getting them out and spend a month or so healing up and being in discomfort, and it'll be something that I'll spend a little more time having to keep the denture clean and what have you. There's no comparison. Go the denture route. Unless you have a lot of money and can have your teeth fixed and implants and everything else, which a lot of people can. I mean, if your teeth are as bad as you say, you're probably looking at $20,000 to $30,000 or more to get them into functional shape. And whatever problems cause them to be that way to begin with, that'll never go away. So you can put all that money into your mouth, and you're going to have to maintain that for the rest of your life, because they're going to continue to have issues. Once they're out and gone, they can't bother you anymore. So that's all I can do is answer them as honestly as I can. But I truly believe that if you've been dealing with this for 2 years, don't let it bother you anymore. Do it. Go for it. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back in a few days with an update. Bye.